Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the theoretical Rook Endgames. We are at the next position and today we have got a case of Rook on the long side, but this is slightly different position. We see this time the black Rook is on the B8 square. This time the distance between the pawn and the Rook is of just 2 files. This is one of the main reasons that White is able to win the game. Let me tell you, at first White can win this position only if he can create Zugzwang and get the same position with black to play. And first let me show you how he can achieve that. White has to start with the move kd6 check first. Black king has to move carefully here. So after the most obvious move, king f6, trying to keep attack on the e6 pawn. Black has to now play the move ke7 in order to repeat the position, because as soon as the king goes away from the pawn, the white rook is ready to be transformed like the Rusena position because of this distance between the king and the rook. After rook b7 check, we can simply attack the rook kc6, rook has to go to e7, and after kd6, now rook b7 or rook h7, white can just play e7. When after king f7, rook f1, and white wins. King e8 allows rook f8 mate. That is why here it is forced to play kg7. When after e7, now black has king f7, but now white plays ke7 and we get into the same position with black to play. Now we need to look at two main moves for black. One is rook b1, other is kg6. Do note that after the move rook c8, the distance between the king and rook is now even lesser. White can just play rook a1, force rook g1 check next move, and the king will have to go away and white will win very easily. Rook c7 check just allows kd6 followed by e7. So let's look at rook b1 first. After rook b1, white immediately goes rook a8, covering the e8 square. We want to secure the e8 square for the king. So any move like king g6 can allow ke8. When e7 comes very easily, the position ke8, pawn on e7 and king on f6 always allows rook a6, which wins for white. So now black has to start giving checks here. Rook b7 check, kd6. Two attempts are there for black. One is to give check and the move king f6. Although king f6 fails instantly, rook f8 check, creating a gap between the king and the pawn with kg7, and now comes e7. The winning square is guarded and white wins easily. So rook b6 forced, kd7, again rook b7 check, king c6, and rook comes to e7. Any other rook move allows e7 followed by e8. Rook e7 forced, and now comes kd6, gaining an important tempo, pushing the rook back to b7, and now white just has the move e7, and white wins the pawn on the e8 square. So black has to give up the rook for the pawn and white will have a winning position. Let's look at the main move kg6 now. kg6. As soon as the king goes to g6, white plays rook a1. Now the rook is threatening rook g1 check, and the king will have to go away from the pawn, and white is ready to push his king and the pawn both. So black forces rook b7 check. Here kd6 also wins. We are going to look at the move kd8 because there is a typical tactical idea which we want to emphasize on. Now comes king f6, e6 is attacked. White has the very simple and effective move e7, using the tactical point that now rook e7 allows rook f1 check, ke6, rook e1 check, followed by rook into e7, winning for white. So forced rook b8 check, king c7, king attacks the rook e8, and again white uses the same tactical idea with the move kd6. And now we see that it's game over. Rook e7 again allows rook f1 check, king g6, king into e7. Black cannot do much here, but he can just waste with the move rook b8 when white uses the typical tactic rook f1 check, first pushing the king away. Now attacks the rook with king c7, and after the move rook a8, white uses the tactical move rook a1. This technique we had discussed when we discussed the position with the king on the g8 square, putting black in a zone. The best option would be rook into a1. When e8 queen will put some fight, but the position is queen versus rook is winning for white. And any other rook move allows kd7 followed by e8 queens. If king f7, then either e8 queen or rook f1 check, kg7, e8 and white wins. So the analysis is somewhat tricky and complicated. One needs to practice it 2 or 3 times over the board. I hope you are finding these lessons useful. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.